Welcome back to the channel, and today we are diving into a true automotive icon, a car that has charmed generations and remains one of the most recognizable shapes in the history of motoring. This is the 1964 Volkswagen Beetle, a classic that has stood the test of time, capturing hearts with its simplicity, reliability, and unmistakable personality. What we have here is a beautifully kept example finished in a bright, clean white, a color that makes its rounded lines and vintage charm stand out even more. Before we even start rolling, just looking at this car brings back an entire era of design, engineering, and culture. It's a reminder of when cars were built to be approachable, affordable, and full of character without trying too hard. Let's start with the exterior, because that's where most people fall in love with the Beetle at first sight. The 1964 model retained the classic silhouette that had already become iconic by the early 60s. From the front, you're greeted by those round, friendly headlights that almost look like a pair of curious eyes peering at the world. They're mounted high up on the fenders, a design that not only gave the Beetle its personality but also made it instantly recognizable from a distance. The hood, or as Volkswagen calls it, the front bonnet, slopes gently down with that central ridge, leading to the slim chrome bumper that wraps around the front. This bumper, complete with over-riders, doesn't just look good, it's part of that vintage German practicality. The VW emblem sits proudly above the bonnet line, and in this white color, it pops beautifully against the paint. The chrome trim along the front adds a touch of elegance without being flashy, staying true to the Beetle's modest charm. Moving to the side profile, the Beetle's shape is pure design genius in its simplicity. The roofline forms a perfect curve that flows seamlessly from the windshield down to the rear engine cover, giving the car its signature, Beetle, shape. In the 1964 version, the side windows still have that classic small size, with thin chrome surrounds that contrast nicely with the white body. The doors are simple yet sturdy, with chrome handles that are satisfyingly mechanical to operate. This car sits on steel wheels with chrome hubcaps, wearing period-correct narrow tires that match its lightweight design. The slightly flared fenders add just enough definition to keep the car from looking like a simple bubble. On this example, the paintwork is immaculate, and the combination of white paint with bright chrome accents really makes it look like it rolled straight out of the 60s into the present day. From the rear, the Beetle is instantly recognizable again. The small oval-shaped taillights of earlier models had by this time been replaced with larger units for better visibility, but they still retained that vintage feel. The rear engine cover features horizontal vents for cooling, a necessity for the air-cooled motor that sits just behind it. The VW badge on the rear is another reminder of its heritage. Below, you'll find another chrome bumper with over-riders, mirroring the front for symmetry. The exhaust tips poke out modestly beneath, giving no hint of aggression. This car's personality is friendly, not fierce. Even the license plate light housing is a little work of design, mounted at the top center of the engine lid. Now, stepping inside the 1964 Beetle, you're greeted by an interior that is wonderfully straightforward. The cabin is airy thanks to the upright windshield and slim pillars, giving you excellent visibility in every direction. The dashboard is painted in body color, so here, it's a clean white surface broken up by a simple horizontal speedometer right in front of the driver, with a small fuel gauge and indicator lights built in. There's no clutter, no overcomplication, just the essentials. The steering wheel is large, thin-rimmed, and finished in a matching light tone, complete with the classic VW horn button in the center. The gear lever rises from the floor with that long, mechanical throw that Beetle owners know so well. It's all mechanical precision, with every movement giving you a tactile connection to the car. The seats are upholstered in simple, durable vinyl, comfortable enough for the time, and in this example, they are in pristine condition. The white exterior is complemented by a tasteful two-tone interior, with light-colored door panels and darker contrasting seat inserts. The rear bench is cozy but perfectly usable, and thanks to the Beetle's upright shape, headroom is surprisingly generous for such a small car. Storage space in the cabin is limited, but that's where the front trunk comes in. Pop the front bonnet, and you'll find space for a few bags, though remember, the spare tire sits in there too. Everything inside the Beetle has a purpose, with no unnecessary frills, and that's part of its charm. In terms of performance, the 1964 Beetle came equipped with an air-cooled, rear-mounted flat-4 engine. This one has the 1200cc version, producing around 40 horsepower, which might not sound like much today, but back in the 60s, it was perfectly adequate for its intended use. The car's lightweight construction means it can happily cruise at highway speeds, though it's more comfortable at a relaxed pace. Acceleration is gentle, and you quickly learn that the Beetle is not about getting somewhere in a hurry, it's about enjoying the journey. The air-cooled engine has a distinctive sound, a soft mechanical hum that's instantly recognizable to enthusiasts. Maintenance is simple, with easy access to the engine and minimal electronics to worry about. The rear engine layout also gives the Beetle good traction, making it surprisingly capable in slippery conditions. Handling is light and predictable, with that large steering wheel giving you a good sense of control. You feel connected to the road, not insulated from it, which is something modern cars often lose. The ride is comfortable enough for city and suburban driving, though you will feel bumps more than in a contemporary vehicle. Braking is handled by simple drum brakes all around, which are adequate for the car's modest performance, but require you to plan your stops ahead. This is a car that encourages smooth, thoughtful driving. When it comes to value, the 1964 Beetle occupies an interesting place in the classic car market. Well-maintained examples in original condition have been steadily appreciating, thanks to their cultural significance and ease of ownership. Prices vary depending on condition, originality, and history, but a car like this, in excellent shape with matching numbers and a solid maintenance record, can fetch anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 or more in today's market. Of course, you can still find project cars for much less, but restoring them to this level requires time, effort, and often more money than buying a finished example. My suggestions for anyone considering a 1964 Beetle are simple. First, look for a rust-free body, as corrosion can be the biggest issue with these cars. Mechanical parts are plentiful and affordable, but bodywork can quickly get expensive. Second, embrace the Beetle for what it is. It's not a high-speed cruiser or a luxury ride, but it's one of the most charming, approachable classics you can own. It's perfect for weekend drives, car shows, or simply enjoying the admiration of passers-by. It's also a fantastic entry point into the classic car hobby because it's forgiving, easy to work on, and supported by a huge enthusiast community. To wrap things up, the 1964 Volkswagen Beetle in white is more than just a car, it's a piece of history that still feels alive today. It represents an era when cars were built to be honest, functional, and full of character. Driving one is an experience that connects you to the road and to the millions of people who have owned and loved Beetles around the world. It's a reminder that sometimes, less really is more, and that a simple design executed well can last for generations. Whether you're a collector, a casual enthusiast, or someone who just appreciates timeless design, the Beetle has something to offer. And seeing this pristine white example today, it's easy to understand why it continues to turn heads and warm hearts, even 6 decades after it first rolled off the assembly line.